Hey, good morning. I see we've already got one joined in. We're going to give it just a joined in. We're going to give it just a couple of minutes to see if anybody else hops on. In the meantime, what you're going to need today is, of course, a chair, which I am currently sitting on. Please do not try to take mine because then I won't have anything to sit on. Oh, we had two for a moment there, but I think they dropped off when they realized that it was me leading the class. Oh, no, you're back. Hey, good morning. Welcome. Chair-based workout today, really great if you've been doing a lot of hard work in, for example, my other live online classes, which are a little more intense, a little more impactful. So if you're sore and stiff from that, today's going to be a fantastic workout for you. You're going to feel so loose. You're going to feel so warm after this. And if you have not been doing my other workouts during the week, I'm going to get that light up there. If you've not been doing my other workouts during the week, that was distracting to me. If you have not been doing my other workouts during the week, then today is going to be a great workout for anybody who maybe has limited mobility, limited strength. Hey, Mom, glad you found me this week. Limited strength, limited mobility, maybe limited balance. Today is going to be a great workout for that. So if you fit into either of those categories, you're looking for maybe a more of an active recovery kind of workout that's lower intensity, or if you have trouble doing more intense workouts and just need something that's stepped down to the level where you're able to work at right now, then today is going to be perfect for you. We're going to give it maybe 30 or 40 more seconds to see if anybody else jumps on. I see we've got 3 so far. Welcome. I am so glad you're with us today. And we're going to get going. If you don't yet have a water bottle, if you feel like you're going to need to sip a little water during this, make sure you've got a water bottle or a glass of water nearby. If it's a glass of water, just make sure that it's somewhere where you're not going to knock it over, of course, because then otherwise you're going to have to clean it up. So maybe 15 more seconds and then we're going to get going. I'm going to have a little sip of water. Now that I mentioned water. All right, coming to you live from my studio in Mayville, Wisconsin at 935 Horicon Street. We are not currently open for any of our group classes, but we're open very soon. We're going to be able to get people actually in our studio again and start making use of this incredible space that we've got, that we've been so blessed with. All right, getting going. I'm sitting in the middle or the forefront of my chair. I'm not connected with my back to the back of the chair. I am instead sitting a little bit more forward, nice tall posture. My feet are flat on the floor in front of me. And I'm going to focus this camera down just a little bit so you can see what my feet are doing. I'm going to start with both of my feet extended out in front of me. I'm going to pull one heel in. I'm going to switch feet, switch feet, switch feet. Like you're climbing. If you need to hold on to the sides of your chair to help control, great. What you're going to feel is you're going to feel some muscles through the midsection. You're going to feel a little bit through the hips, and you're going to feel those quads as you alternate those legs. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Great. I'm going to focus this camera back up a little bit. Alternating shoulder roll. We're going to roll back, roll back. I always feel a little like, and maybe you won't understand this reference. I know at least one person will. I feel a little like Mae West doing this. Come up and see me sometime. Just a little, hey, a little sultry, but this feels really great on my shoulders today. I did a lot of shoulder work personally this week. So this is really helpful for me in getting those shoulders warm and loose. And if you tend to be really stiff through the shoulders, this is a great way to not only loosen them up, but work on developing that sense of mind-body awareness. because alternating shoulders, you got to think about what shoulder you're going to move. 2 and 1. Focusing back down a little bit, we're just going to roll the ankles around, toe to heel, rolling around, kind of rolling around the sides of the feet. A little rock, a little roll, a little boogie in your soul. Now reverse direction. Hey, I actually did that right. When I started to say reverse direction, I was like, uh-oh, I'm not going to do it right. Yep, I did. I was okay. Just doing a little warm up here. 2 and 1. All right. Back up top. We're just going to turn and look from side to side. Turn and look from side to side. Getting a little rotation through that torso. Turning that neck side to side. If you've got a spinal fusion or other issue which prevents you having a full range of motion when you turn, don't force it. Go with what range of motion you're able to do naturally. If you can turn, great. Work with where you're at right now. Four, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. All right. And now we're just going to reach down, lift up the suitcases. Reach down, lift up the suitcases. Like you're picking up a couple of suitcases up off the floor. Reaching down a little bit toward the ankles, a little bit of a lean forward. As you do that, back stays a little straight, a little stiff, so we're not slouching down to pick them up, but instead hinging forward from the hips to pick up those suitcases. Let's do 2 more here. 2 and 1. Great. I'm going to focus up just a little bit more. All right. So again, back to seated, maybe toward the middle or front of the chair. Feet are flat on the floor. Nice tall posture. I'm starting to get a little bit warm already. I'm going to take this off. It was kind of cold in the studio when I first came in. I turned the heat up. Okay, so we're going to start reached out with palms down. We're going to pull and tuck the elbows in and tuck and turn the hands up as you do that. Reach out, hands down, reach in, palms up. As you pull those hands in toward you, think about really tucking those elbows back behind you. Feel that upper back squeeze, almost like your shoulder blades are drawing together behind you. So feel those shoulder blade muscles squeeze, those scapular muscles. Two and 1. Now we're going to reach up and across to get something from the shelf and back down. Up and across, like you're reaching up onto the shelf and back down. Not straight up in front of you, but you see something off to the side and you're going to grab that can or bottle or jar off the shelf from up high and bring it back down. Going 2 more here. 2, the little rotation, a little reach. You should feel a stretch down through here. And now other side, same thing, reach and back down. Now, if you can't reach up that high, as always, work with what range of motion you got. And as we go through this, you're going to find, I think, that that range of motion will naturally improve. As that body gets a little looser, as those muscles get a little warmer, and as your brain and your body start coordinating a little bit more. 2 more. 2, reaching up to that shelf, and 1. Great. We're going to do a little jogging right here in the chair. So feet right out in front of you and flat on the floor, hands down to the side. We're going to start jogging with the feet, just kind of tapping the toes or the balls of your feet on the floor, not flat feet, but kind of a little bit more up in the front of your foot. So a little quicker tapping on the floor, and we're going to go half speed with the arms. So you got to think about this a little bit at first. Moving those arms at a different rate of speed than the feet. This might make you feel a little bit like the $6 Million Man, if you get that reference. And if you want to do a little sound effect with that, no. I won't judge you. You go right ahead. Going to go a couple more seconds here. Jogging those feet up and down. And that's great. Jogging in the chair doesn't seem that bad. I wish I could do marathons like that. That would be awesome. But again, jogging in a chair. Hey, we have another person join us. Welcome. We're just in the middle of our first seated set of exercises. We've been through a warm-up already. We're getting ready to go back to the top of that seated set of exercises. So we're going to repeat the 3 exercises we just did. So if you're just joining us, great. Pick right up where we're coming in. We're going to start by reaching out with the hands, palms down. We're going to tuck those elbows back and come palms up. Reaching out, palms down, reaching in. Oh, we lost that person. Palms up. Wasn't quite what they were looking for. In and palms up. Out, palms down, in and palms up. Again, tucking those elbows back, drawing those shoulder blades in together. Now, while I've got your attention, I am going to be doing a chair-based workout next week, but I'm going to have a little bit more stuff going on next week. So we're going to move this chair workout to Thursday morning at the same time. So rather than Friday at 9, I'm going to plan to see you on Thursday at 9. Just so you're prepared for that. And if you need to take a look and see what upcoming classes I've got, or what Carrie's got coming up for that matter, you can go to my website, roysmalley.us, and you can see a class calendar there. I will have it updated by the end of the day with next week's classes. Last one here, great. Second one, reach up and across to the shelf and bring it back down. Up and across the shelf, bring it back down. Mom, can I have some ketchup? Sure, it's right up here. So a little rotation, a little reach, a little lean. We're going to go 3 more here. 3, 2, and 1. Same thing, other side. Really reaching if you can. 3 more here. 3 and 2 and 1. Nice. And then our seated running in place. Start with the feet, tap up and down, add in the arms at about half pace. I feel like I'm running at an incredible rate of speed. Go a few more seconds. And that's great. Going into our second main set of exercises, we're going to go 3 exercises in a row, go through them twice. These ones are going to be standing, so I'm going to have you nice and easy get up out of that chair. I'm going to adjust this up a little bit so you can see me a little better. Don't knock over your water bottle. All right. So we're going to go a side-to-side leg swing. I'm supporting myself in the chair. If you tend to have a little issue with balance, both hands on the chair is great. For my more intermediate or advanced exercises, you can go one hand on the chair or even no hands on the chair for this. But we're going to hold on to that chair. We're going to swing inside and across the body. Lifting inside, across the body. Across. Now, you may not have the same range of motion as I've got. That's okay. You probably don't practice these as much as I do. You go with what you've got today. So 1 more and across. Great. Not a whole lot of those. Those are a fairly effective exercise, even in low repetition ranges. Lift and across. Now, I want to point out that we're not really swinging that leg. I want you to feel like you're going in slow motion and lifting that leg in and then out. In and then out. We're not letting momentum do the work for us here. We're letting those muscles do the work to lift in and out. 1 more here. Great. All right, so 1 hand on the chair. We're going to go into, actually, we're going to start with feet together. I'm going to step back with my left foot, and I'm going to shift my weight onto that left foot, and I'm going to step forward with my left foot and shift onto that foot. Like I'm walking, but 1 foot stays in the same spot. The other foot, we're shifting the weight back and forth. Right here for a little balance, a little security if you need it. If you're a more intermediate or advanced exerciser and you don't want to hold on, that's right. You do you. You do you. One more, forward and back. Great. And then switching to the other leg, we're going to step back and shift onto that foot, forward and shift onto that foot. So now my left leg is always staying in that same spot. My right leg, I'm shifting my weight onto it in front, shifting my weight onto it in back, shifting my weight onto it in front, shifting my weight onto it in back, like I'm getting ready to take a step. One more forward and back. Great. That was the second standing exercise. The third standing exercise, hands right here. We're just going to go down into a squat. So dropping the hips down and back up. Dropping the hips down and back up. Using this as a balance point. So from the side, I look like this. What I'm doing, I'm not trying to sit down here so the knees travel forward. I'm trying to leave my knees, you see that, in the same position in space, and stick my butt out and back when getting ready to sit back into a really deep, easy chair. You go as low as you feel confident going. Sitting back behind the heels. You got this for your balance. Notice my shoulders come forward toward my knees as I do that. My hips hinge, so my back hinges forward a little bit. We're gonna go one more here. And I'm thinking about these muscles there as I come back up out of that squat, that chair assisted squat. Okay. Shake it out just a little bit if you need to. We're gonna go through those 3 exercises one more time. I see we had one more person jump on with us. Welcome. We're in the middle of our second set of exercises, which is our standing set. Just using a chair as a basic support. We're gonna start back at the top of that second set. We're gonna go through 3 exercises. And the first one is, you can hold out with both hands, one hand or no hands, depending on where your confidence level is. We're gonna lift in, lift out. Lift in, lift out. Not swinging, not letting momentum do the work for us, but rather letting those muscles do the work of lifting in, lifting out, working the inside of that thigh, outside of the hip. Inside of the thigh, outside of the hip. Let's try just one more in and out. Fantastic. Going other leg, in, out. You might not have the same range of motion as I've got, as I mentioned before. You work with what you can do today. Let's try one more, in and out. Right on. Side to the chair, holding on with one hand. I'm going to step forward and back with my left foot. I'm going to step forward, shift my weight onto that left foot, and then step back with the left, shifting my weight onto that left foot. My right foot is staying in that same position. And I'm shifting my weight onto my left foot, forward and back. This doubles as an awesome dance move. This is one of the few dance moves that I actually know. Go ahead and say it, Roy. One more forward and back. Right on. I'm going to switch to the other leg. If you feel like you need to switch sides and hold on to the other side, you go ahead and do that. I'm going to stay facing the same direction. Shifting onto my right leg, and then back onto my right leg. Forward onto the right leg, and back onto the right leg. Forward onto the right leg, and back. Feeling those muscles in this leg really kick in, feeling that hip work as you shift your weight forward and back. One more forward and back. Great, and then You don't have to turn your chair. I'm just turning it so you can see what I'm doing. Hands there. Step back maybe a little bit. We're going to go into that sit back and squat, and then back up. You stay as close to that chair as you feel like you need to help with your balance. But you see what I'm doing is I'm keeping my entire foot connected to the floor. So my heels and my toes are on the floor at the same time. I'm sitting down and back and letting my upper body hinge forward a little bit into this. Let's try 2 more here. 2 and 1. Great. Move that chair back to face you guys, and I'm going to come around and sit, and you should as well. Doing our third main set of exercises. These ones are going to be seated. I'll take a moment to remind you, we want to be a little bit more middle or forward on the chair so your back is not connected to the backrest of the chair. Nice tall posture. We're going to start hands pressed together. So a little pressure between the hands, like there's a bug inside that you don't want to let go because you want to bring it home and show it to your husband. Look what I found. Press out, press up. Just a little pressure between the hands, like there's something inside your hands that you don't want to let escape. Out and up. Keeping that nice tall posture. Little pressure between the hands. Let's go 2 more of these, forward and up, forward and up. 1 more, forward and up. Right on. Keep those palms together for this next one. We're going to swing down to the side, back up over the shoulder like you're chopping. You want to give a little hiya, or a little whatever Miss Piggy always said, I think is hiya. She was always doing the whole karate chop thing. I remember that. A little bit of a rotation through the torso here. 1 more. And now we're going to chop down to the other side and back up. This is the side I feel awkward on. Three and 2 and 1. Now I'm going to focus this camera down a little bit so you can see a little bit more what my lower leg is doing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up 1 foot off the floor so my foot is disconnected. I'm going to sweep it in and out like a windshield wiper. Like I'm sweeping with the bottom of my foot. Two and 1. Same thing, other side. Sweeping in and out. Like a windshield wiper. Nice tall posture. Three and 2 and 1. Going back to the top of that circuit of 3 exercises, palms together. We're going to press forward and away. Bring it in, up, overhead. Pressing out and up. Keeping that little bit of pressure in between your hands, like you got maybe a moth in between your hands that you don't want to let escape. We're going to go one more, out and up, out and up. Great. Chopping down to the side and up. Palms together. Yeah! How y'all doing? Are you sleeping well? Sleep is super important. Now, we need less sleep as we get older. That's what they say. And some days I feel like that's true. But some days, like today, I could have stayed in bed longer. One more here. And then the other side. They say kids need more sleep, but try telling them that. Especially on the weekends when you want to sleep in more. Try getting them up on a school day and you need dynamite and a crowbar. Tell them to sleep in on the weekend and they're up at like 4 in the morning. One more here. Good. Windshield wipers with the feet. I'm going to focus down again so you can get a sense of what I'm doing. Foot is up off the floor. Sweep in, sweep out. Wipe in, wipe out. This was not a Mr. Miyagi move. If you feel like you need your hands on the sides of the chair to help support you, that's fine. If you don't, you do you. Two and one. Same thing, other side. Three and two and one. Right on. That was our third main set of exercises. So we've been through our warm-up, we've been through 3 sets of strength and mobility stuff, and now we're going to finish up with just a little cool down. We're going to shrug the shoulders up nice and high, and then relax them back down. Actively pull those shoulders down. Lift up toward the ears, pull down toward the hips. Up toward the ears, pull down toward the hips. Almost like you're trying to force your shoulder blades into your pockets. Up, push them down, one more. Great. Just gotta do a little seated twist, side to side. Check and see how loose we are. If you prefer doing this twist with your hands down in your waist, that's okay. I just feel a little bit more natural doing here. Plus, my elbow's not hitting the back of my chair, but the back of my chair is a little high. Last one. Great. Roll those shoulders back, roll them back, roll them back. Roll them forward, 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 forward. Stretch and yawn, which we do every time. We're just going to reach up, deep breaths, stretch. Other hand up, stretch and yawn. Shake it a little bit. We're going to finish with 5 breaths. In through the nose, smell the flowers, blow out the candles. Ready? There was our 5 deep breaths. All right. Thank you so much for joining today. Mom, it was good to see you online today. I hope that you feel nice and loose. I hope you feel warm after this workout. I hope you feel like this was an appropriate level of challenge for you. If you tend to be a little bit more in need of mobility, balance, and light strength work. Remember, next week, not on Friday at 9, but rather we're going to go Thursday at 9 next week. So go to my website for my current class calendar. I'm going to be updating it later today, www.roysmalley.us. Or if you look at my bio here on YouTube, I think it's up this way. There's a link to, I think, my webpage there in my bio. So have a great weekend. It's going to be gorgeous weather. Get out there and enjoy it while it's warm, because I hear it's going to cool down again next week. When are we going to get a nice long string of nice days, right? All right. Be well, drink plenty of water, and stay safe.